Well, hey, well, big welcome back to the channel. Well, it's all changed here, certainly in terms of weather, but this week it's all about Serbia. I got pulled up with the police, and you know when you have those preconceived ideas of what a country should look like and feel like, well, we got it completely wrong. Well, evening guys, I just thought I would grab the camera in between the crazy rain showers. Otherwise you won't hear me. Just to say, I mean, fabulous place. And if you're in North Macedonia, definitely come to the Mavrovo National Park. It is really that good. Maybe not in the winter.
No, but it is stunning. Unless
you want to ski. But fabulous place.
We've really enjoyed it here.
But we're definitely heading on tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, cup of tea time. And the next morning, with our diesel heater on, we enjoy breakfast as we watch the clouds pass us by before getting sorted, ready for the off. Well, what a different morning. Fabulous spot. But yeah, it's a bit grim this morning.
It is.
Well, it really does feel like autumn has come to us overnight. Oh, look, that's beautiful. Well, it's a pretty grim day today, so we decided just to jump on the motorway, head north and make a bit of progress. Right, so we just stopped for a little drop of water. We've still got about 200 litres of water, so we have bags of water. But I like to keep it topped up, and when it's this handy, it makes sense. Okay, so we're just heading down to a little aerodrome right now. We think we can stop there for tonight. We don't know if it's open, we don't know very much about it, so fingers crossed. Let you know.
We've come into Skopje. We're just in the new part of town now, about to go over the bridge to the old part of town. We're parked in an aerodrome just outside the city because it's safe. A lot of the city parking doesn't look to be very secure. And they organised a taxi for us. It was only €10 to come in, and the guy's going to pick us up later. So right now we're going to go and have a coffee and then explore.
Well, morning guys. Well, we're just getting packed up. We're about to hit the road in about 5 minutes and leave Skopje.
Skopje.
I have to say, it's not my favourite city.
No, it's a
bit weird.
Yeah, there's lots of statues, and I mean lots of statues, really. The weirdest
architecture,
statues.
A lot of graffiti. Yeah. Just you know, we just didn't get a feel for it. So anyway, we're heading on today. We're actually heading into Serbia. We haven't got that much admin to do. We've got insurance already, but we do need to get a SIM card or two.
Yeah. And then really decide where we're actually going in Serbia, because we haven't quite decided that yet.
Yeah, and our timeline is pretty thin now. It's less than 5 weeks until we're back in the UK, and we've still got lots of plans.
Things we want to do on the way.
Yeah, which I won't bore you about now, but yeah, lots of things in the making. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sorry, your line.
Okay, so we just stopped to put a drop of fuel in. Average fuel price in Macedonia, or North Macedonia, is £1.14 a litre, and in Serbia it's about £1.57 average a litre, so it's quite a big difference. So we're filled up, so time to hit the road. Well, yeah, we're only about 500 metres now from the border crossing, so let's see how it goes. First up, we've got to get out of North Macedonia. Well, that was easy, and now to get into Serbia. Okay, we're through. A little bit more thorough. I want to see inside. checked all the documentation pretty thoroughly, but yeah, we're through. Right, just been pulled in by the police because I didn't have the lights on. I've been brilliant all the way through. Stopped for lunch, no lights on. So he's just taking all my details, all my documents, and I think he's talking about a €20 fine. But we have to pay it somewhere else, so who knows.
A few moments later.
Okay, just let me off.
He's kissed the Blarney Stone again.
I've got lucky, he came back and said, go, just like that. Handed me back my driving license and my my passport. So yeah, lights are on, by the way. Right, Izzy is very, very excited. She's just spotted a sign for
Lidl.
Right, I'm just pouring us a glass of wine because we're in a little spot. It's a weird little place actually. But by the time we got the SIM card sorted out today and got up the road and got a little bit of shopping,
It's too late, really.
It's kind of getting dark, really. So we just decided we couldn't find anywhere, to be honest. So we sort of pulled in to a little town and just sort of stopped beside a big sort of new build hotel. It'll definitely be a one-nighter here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then we'll be on the road again tomorrow morning. But for now,
cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so we're back on the road again. Yeah, that was definitely a one-night stop. There was noise. There was kids in the park at sort of midnight. Yeah, you get them sometimes, but back on the road, and the scenery is gorgeous here, I must say. And the roads are actually really quiet in Serbia, which we're really enjoying. Well, we've had such an interesting drive today. We've been on a whole series of different roads today, but we're trying to keep it as rural as possible. And it's really interesting when you come off those main roads and the houses, the housing stock, old guys,
the roads.
Yeah, the state of the roads, old guys on tractors collecting wood, lots of that. And it's just, I think that's what I love when I come into a new country, just seeing how different it is and comparing against the neighbouring countries. We're only about 20 minutes away from our park up, and hopefully it's a little spot by a river, so that's as much as we know, so we shall see, we shall let you know.
At least the sun is shining.
Yeah, it's really windy today.
Yeah.
But it's
warm.
It's nice. Okay, so whilst we're sat behind this tractor, I'll just let you know what's happening. We're on plan B. We couldn't get to the river, so we're going to carry on and hopefully get to a little lake. Fingers crossed. Well, what a brilliant little stop. We just pulled up here a moment ago, spoke to a couple of fishermen that were here and said, can we stop, do you mind? And they said, no, of course not, no problem. And it is absolutely beautiful. There's loads of little fishing boats about, a couple of men out in the water on the boats. I've just put the diesel water heater on, and I think we're going to stop here for a couple of nights. You can hear a bit of background noise, chainsaws, everyone's cutting wood at the moment. There's just tractors and trailers and truckloads of wood on the road all day long. So yeah, I think we'll stop here and go from there. Well, morning all. Well, yeah, we have a slightly different perspective this morning. So 11:15 last night, we had almighty wind, and we were side on to the wind just over here, and obviously it was coming down the water, hitting us pretty hard. Wow, this is crazy. So we got out, so reversed back, head on into wind, and it just made all the difference. So
yeah. It was still very windy, but we actually managed to have a decent night's sleep.
So yeah, it's calmed down. It's a gorgeous morning. I mean, it's actually really warm here. It's so 25, 26, 27 every
warm
day.
at night as well. 17 or 18 degrees overnight.
Yeah.
We had that autumnal weather, but I think we were so high in the mountains, and now it's just, yeah.
But given that it's coming to the end of October, you know, it's
not
it's
to be
incredible.
complained about.
Yeah, anyway, listen, we're moving on today. We're heading sort of only up the road, about an hour and a half actually. I think we're going to go up to like a little sort of farm, something like that. So we'll see. Well, it's a Sunday morning and we're driving through a series of little towns and villages, and everywhere seems to be open here. There's lots of little market stalls, lots of farmers with tractors selling their wares. It's always really interesting driving through these little... Well, as I was saying before the battery run out, it's always interesting driving through these little towns and villages and just slowly taking on board sort of what's happening, what people are doing, and just seeing what's in season. Well, we've certainly been around the houses today, but I have to say the route itself is beautiful. Our intended stop was a non-starter due to a bridge that had been washed away some time ago. So we hit the road in search of another park up. Well, we finally got a little spot. It's in a recreation area. There's a football pitch over there. There's a couple of memorials about. There's a car park just here. The road's about a K away, just about here in the distance. But actually it's okay, and I'm sure it's going to be really, really quiet overnight. But yeah, I think we'll have an easy day, rest for today, and then get back on the road tomorrow morning. Well, shit's got very real here with the applicators.
After all this time, all the preparation and the calculation, we've run out of tea. Empty bag. You've been cheating. You haven't been doubling up like we agreed.
I thought we lived in a no-blame culture.
We do. But yeah, 2,000 tea bags to the four corners of Europe this year, 3 weeks from home, and we've run out. We need our Yorkshire tea. But sadly, that's what we have instead. We bought it in a supermarket somewhere, Greece maybe. God only knows what it's going to taste like. But the good news is we haven't run out of wine, so we'd be all right.
That's all right. Guys, good morning. Well, brilliant little stop in the end. We're heading on this morning. It's actually quite early. It's about 8:30 in the morning, and we're not that far from Belgrade, and we're going to continue north along the A and B roads, and we've done that all the way through Serbia, and we've really, really enjoyed doing that. It's really agricultural, but it's actually really developed, so much more developed than I was expecting. Lots of nice cars about, lots of lovely properties about. You have these preconceived ideas of what you think it'll be like, and it's nothing like that. It's completely different to Albania and Montenegro, and we're really enjoying it. Okay, so whilst Izzy hangs out the washing, this is our little spot, and it's actually a guy's house. He's a camper himself, so he's got a van, and he's created this little sort of camper stop. There's electric, there's water, there's a dump station.
There's a cockerel.
There's a cockerel, toilet and shower in his house, and it's, you know what, it's perfectly fine. 15 euros a night. Obviously we've got some washing on the go, cockerels on the go, and we'll probably head on again tomorrow. So the chap that owns this place, Oliver, was saying it's normally wet and cold at this time. He said this is unheard of. So yeah, we'll take it. But yeah, 4 weeks today, we're on the boat heading back to the UK from the Hook of Holland. And it sounds like a long time, And of course, if you're on holiday, you think, oh wow, 4 weeks, that's amazing. But we're in the middle of Serbia, and our route is about 2,300 k's from here, and so it's a little bit of a hike, and we want to do a lap of Slovakia. I mean, it's a small country, so it's easy to get round. But 4 weeks isn't long enough to really sort of get into Serbia in any sort of detail, get into Hungary, Slovakia, Poland. So we've had to make a couple of choices, and so we really want to see Slovakia in a bit of depth. We want a few days in the Netherlands before we get on the boat. We've got a bit of business to do there as well with regards to the new build. So yeah, we're kind of transiting through Serbia, unfortunately.
But actually, I think we'd like to come back because it seems like a really interesting country. I think the national parks on the western side, the borders with Montenegro and Albania are absolutely stunning. But it takes a long time to get to those sorts of places. The roads aren't great, and we just made the decision that this time we would have to bypass them, sadly. But we like what we see so far. And they have Lidl, which always helps.
They do. They do. Yeah, I think I said it earlier, but it's actually really developed.
It just goes to show, doesn't it, when you come into a country with preconceived ideas, and we talked about this as we were driving in, about I suppose what we both remember of the Yugoslav wars and Serbia's part, and that maybe they're an aggressive country, and they're not at all. The people are so lovely.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show we all have ideas about places, and sometimes you can be proved wrong.
We were parked up the other night, and we went out for dinner. I was just, it looked like a pub, like a UK pub, and we thought, oh, let's go there. I had a beer, a little bottle of wine, so about a sort of a glass and a half.
Yeah.
And we had a meal, we had bread, we had salad, like 2 main courses, and it was 20 quid, and it was excellent.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And they're very friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll definitely come back.
Yeah. But for now, we're going to finish your tea, and then I'm going to cut my hair.
We have to make the most of this because we haven't got many left.
I know, we've got about 3 tea bags left, and that's it.
Definitely your fault.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. Beautiful. Right, I think we're here.
Oh yeah, good little spot.
Right, well here is our little park up for the night. It is just a car park, but it is in a beautiful spot. I'm sure in season it's really, really busy. But it's taken a little while to get here today, in fairness. And after a couple of hours of driving today, where it was just completely flat, featureless, pretty much just farmland, we said, look, we need to make a bit of progress. So we jumped on a motorway over the Danube, we carried on, and here we are. So I think, I mean, it looks really, really interesting. So I think we're going to grab some money, go for a little explore, and maybe have a coffee. Right, so we come out to stretch the legs. We're in a place called Palic at the moment, near Subotica, northern Serbia. And it's absolutely beautiful. There's a big lake there, and we're just trying to figure out the buildings in front of us because they're a bit odd. Gorgeous, but a bit odd. But you can probably see it a bit better from this angle, just behind me. It's actually somewhere between a boathouse and little bathing huts, and you can see the little individual rooms behind me. But it's a beautiful building, I have to say, and there's lots of really similar buildings but on a grander scale within the gardens.
Saving one of our precious tea bags by coming out for a cup of tea.
Well, I think we might be in for a gorgeous sunset tonight.
Show me how you get on down. Close my eyes, take me for a